It's Mission Impossible Week here on TMS as we count down to the premiere of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. While we wait in anticipation, we are catching up with the cast, and joining us today is Simon Pegg, who plays fan favorite Benji. Hi, Simon.
Hi, Morgan. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, first of all, you've been a part of this franchise since Mission Impossible 3. So we're talking, that film came out in 2006. 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago. Could you have ever predicted that when you were first cast in this franchise that you would be a part of it for so long?
No, and it is 20 years for me because I shot my first scenes in 2005. So here I am 20 years later. I never dreamed when I did Mission Impossible 3 that I would return as a character. I thought I was like a little bit part, like a joke. It was the guy from Shaun of the Dead. Let's have him be like a lab technician. And then J.J. Abrams sent me an email a year or two after 3 came out that just said, how would you feel if Benji was a field agent? And I was like, I think I'd feel pretty good. And then there it began, and it's been so fun to play him as a kind of puppy, and then a slightly more experienced guy, and then, an old dog in the new one, which has been, it's been a gift for me as an actor, I think.
That's amazing. Honestly, when I think of Mission Impossible, I think of Benji. Like, if you weren't a part of this franchise, I would be devastated. So cool. You've worked on so many scenes with Tom Cruise. You've seen him do some of the wildest stunts in film. At this point, do you still get surprised when you find out he's going to do something else wild? Or at this point, you're like, oh, yeah, that's just Tom being Tom?
It's kind of a combination, really. I'm never surprised because I know that he will go to any length to, give the audience a thrill. And I know he always wants to go further than he did the last time. So at the end of every film, right back from the Burj Khalifa and Ghost Protocol, I've always said at the end of each film, what can we do now? And I always think it's an impossible thing to do, and they always do it. So even now, I'm looking at what happens in this film, and I just wonder what the heck Tom Cruise will do next, because he is forever trying to outdo himself. He's in constant competition with himself. So, it blows me away, and at the same time, I'm like, yeah, it's Tom,
It's just Tom. There is a really adorable video circulating on social media where the entire cast, you are all doing press together, and you guys are throwing popcorn and trying to catch it. And it just seems like you're having so much fun. Was that the same energy on set, or when you're on the set of a film like Mission Impossible, you have to be laser focused?
Press tour is different because the press tour is like a victory lap for us. We've finished it. That was just the other night in Seoul. We were just hanging around in Seoul, and there was all this popcorn, and then Tarzan and Haley started doing it, and then Tom came in and he wanted to play, so we all started doing it. This is the time for us to have fun. On set, that fun is had for sure, but a lot of the times we're up against time and lights and all these kind of things, so we have to be concentrated. We get the giggles occasionally. Me and Tom have difficult times sometimes. If Tom's in a mischievous mood, he just will try and corpse me. Like, he does everything he can to try and make me laugh. And I have to tell him off, I have to say, Tom, you have to stop. It's like, you're making me look bad. Like, he'll go, like, if we're doing a two-shot, or a shot, rather, of us talking to each other, when it comes around behind Tom to film me, and it's what's called a dirty, where you can see a bit of his shoulder, and he'll move in front of the camera so that you can't see me. And I can see him doing it. He gets this little twinkle in his eye. But mainly on set, we're serious.
I kind of love that. Wait, how do you tell off Tom Cruise? Now I want to know the details.
I can shout at Tom. Like, Benji is like the only character that can shout at Ethan, and Ethan listens. And like, I'm always pulling Tom up on his, like, he finds it hilarious as well. Like, he's very aware of himself as what he is, or the Tom Cruise that everyone thinks they know. He's aware of that. So I'll always call him out on stuff, and he always finds it funny.
I love hearing that. Listen, this movie truly was insane. There was action after action every 2 minutes in this movie. It was just so wild, and I loved every minute of it. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning hits theaters this Friday.